everyone, it's Betsy Eberly. Welcome. This is beginner yoga on the floor, part 2. We did a lot the first time, but I realized there was more that I wanted to show you, so we've got a part 2. We'll begin as we did the last time. Pelvis elevated, so sitting on your pillow or sitting on a blanket that's nicely folded and stacked. Allowing the breath to begin to flow through the nostrils, closing the eyes, allowing your body to relax. Taking a few breaths to settle into the earth. Allowing the breath to fill your belly and allow the body to relax. I'll generally begin my practices bringing hands to prayer at heart center and bowing in. Beginning to cultivate a sense of gratitude. Gratitude for health that allows us to come to our practice. Gratitude for the yoga community. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, you can do so, dedicating the energy of your practice inward if you need extra care, or outward towards someone you care about or toward the world. I'll give you a moment to set your intention if you'd like to. Opening the eyes, releasing the hands down to the thighs. We'll begin just with a few shoulder rolls. About 3 back. And then a pause through center, and 3 forward. And releasing, relaxing, starting to grow the spine. So pressing the hands gently into the thighs, feeling like you're reaching the crown of the head for the sky as the shoulders draw down and back. Getting gently strong through your core and drawing the ears back over the shoulders so the breath can move freely. Letting that go, relaxing the body, inhaling the arms up. Exhale, reverse palms and press. Inhaling up. Exhale and press. Nice and active through the arms. Inhaling up. Exhale, reverse and press. And taking a little bit of twisting. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, take a little twist to your right. Maybe the left hand comes to the left leg or thigh. And the right hand supports you on the earth. Keeping your spine nice and tall and long, not curling forward. So maybe that left hand needs to draw back a little to keep the spine long. I've got short arms, so I do need to draw my hand back. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to your left. I know that was a lot of explaining for the first side. Keeping your heart open, keeping the spine tall. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale through center. Exhale left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Maybe the gaze lifts. Gaze comes back through center, shoulders relax, hands come down to prayer at heart center. And release. Coming off of your blanket or off of your pillow. And if you'd like to bring the blanket under your knees, if you have any discomfort in your knees, you're welcome to do that as you come to table on your mat. Setting up table with hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Feet are parallel, let the body relax at first. And we're going to start to take cat-cow. I like to curl through my toes to get a little stretch when I'm dropping into my cow. From here, we inhale, the tailbone reaches for the sky, the shoulder blades come together on the back, the gaze lifts, and we extend through the spine. Exhale, press the feet into the earth, so tops of feet come to the earth. Press through hands, flex through the spine, the gaze drops back toward the legs, the head is relaxed. Inhale, come forward. You can curl through toes or not, it's up to you. Open the heart. Exhale, reverse, press into cat. One more round. Inhale, come forward into cow. Exhale, press back into cat. Hold here and breathe. Give an extra press of hands, an extra press of tops of feet to feel strong through the legs. Activate your glutes gently. Your whole body should feel activated except for the neck. The neck should be relaxed. Come back through neutral. We'll come into table. Pressing tops of feet, gently pressing hands, drawing the shoulder blades together on the back, creating a nice neutral spine. Gaze is down at the earth to keep the neck nice and long. And we'll thread the needle. Inhale your left arm up along with your gaze, as long as it feels okay in the neck. Exhale, thread that left arm through and under the right. The right elbow will bend. You'll come all the way down to your cheek and to your shoulder and rest there in this gentle twist. Give yourself a few breaths just to settle. Then extend your right arm to the upper right hand corner of your mat and tent through your fingers like you've got a little spider there. Give a little press through fingers just to create a little more twist through the body. You may feel more of an opening across the top of the back. If you'd like to increase this, you can extend the right leg long behind you, coming to the ball of the foot. Just breathing. Then return the right knee to the earth. Return the right hand under the right shoulder. Inhale, open back up, unthreading your needle. Exhale, thread through again. This time we're going to come down and then open right back up again. Inhaling, opening up. Exhaling, threading through. One more time, inhaling, opening up. Exhaling, threading through. Inhale, open up, hold and breathe. Does it feel like that right shoulder is rounded forward? If it does, draw it back. Then return your left hand to the earth under the left shoulder, and we'll take a single cat-cow to neutralize the spine. Inhale, coming forward into your cow. Exhale, press back into your cat. Hold there for a moment and breathe. Come back to neutral, and then we'll thread on the other side, lifting through the right arm. Inhaling up. Exhale, thread through. Come down to the shoulder, come down to the cheek. Give yourself a moment to settle here. Then extend the left hand to the upper left hand corner of the mat. Tent your fingers. Give a little extra press to increase your twist. If at any point it feels like too much, just back off. And you can always bring the hand back under the shoulder. Take what's comfortable in your body. If you want to increase, you can extend that foot long behind you. Return the knee to the earth. Return the hand under the shoulder. Inhale, unthread. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, unthread. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, thread. Inhale, hold and breathe. Check in with that left shoulder. Does it need to draw back? Return the hand to the earth. Give yourself a moment to settle. And then take an inhale into cow. And exhale back into cat. Come back through center to neutral. Now we'll take puppy pose. So keeping the knees and the hips aligned, walk the hands forward, wider than shoulders. Press yourself back, still keeping hips and knees aligned. I need to back up just a little bit because I've got more room. So I want to walk the hands forward just enough that I keep the arms extended and the hips are over the knees. I can come forward a little more. And this creates a nice long stretch through the whole back. This is like the precursor to downward facing dog. Walk the hands back under the shoulders. Come back to a neutral table, and we can just take a little bit of movement from side to side through the hips. Curl through your toes, hover your knees, start to press back through the hands so that the chest comes in contact with the thighs. Give yourself a moment there to rest. And the ears align with the biceps. Slowly begin to straighten through the legs into an upside down V or downward facing dog. Now, depending upon your proportions, this may feel good right where you are, or you may need to open up a little bit. I need to open up, so I'm going to walk my hands forward, wider than my shoulders. When we set up, we usually say hands or shoulder distance apart, but it feels better for me to have more space around my neck, so I widen my hands out. My feet are hip bone distance apart. Press back through hands. Feel the tailbone reaching back. Get strong through your core. And then I usually have a little bit of a curve in my lumbar spine when I first come into my down dog. I want to have a nice long straight spine. So I tip my pelvis forward a little, then press back a little bit more into downward facing dog. Ears and biceps aligned, feeling nice and broad and strong across the shoulders. You can press a little bit into the pinky edges of the hands and through the thumbs. Then come forward to a high plank. So you start to draw the body forward until hands are under shoulders, trying to keep the shoulders and the hips on the same line. Crown of the head is reaching forward. Lower down to your knees, uncurl your toes, and press back to child's pose. Draw yourself back up to table. If you need to reset those hands like I do because they were widened out, go ahead and reset them. Curl through toes. We're going to take downward dog again. Hover the knees. Press back. Chest comes in contact with the thighs. You can rest here for a breath. This is where I'll widen out my hands. Begin to straighten through the legs. I still feel a little short in my downward dog. Feet can touch the earth. They never have to. Knees can have a little bend. They don't have to be straight. If you're real tight in the hamstrings, you may always need that little bit of a bend. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to re-straighten, press back, and in your downward dog, take a little bit of movement by pedaling out the feet. I'm going to readjust again here. So you're getting some lengthening down the back of the leg lines. Then come to stillness. Come forward to your high plank. Lower your knees. Uncurl your toes. Press back to child's pose. Maybe this time you let the arms rest. Or maybe you let the arms go long behind you to allow your shoulders to rest. Bring your hands forward so you can come back into a table. We're going to lower all the way down to the earth. So bending the elbows back toward the back of the room, opening the heart so the shoulder blades are coming back, lowering yourself down. The sits bones reach for the sky just for a bit, then the legs extend long behind you, arm stacks on arm, forehead rests. Or hand stacks on hand and forehead rest. These are two versions of crocodile. Legs are hip bone distance apart. Give them a little toss from side to side. Let them become still. Bring your forehead to your earth, your hands to the mid-rib. We're getting ready for baby cobra. Some back bending. Press the tops of the feet into the earth. Activate gently through the legs. Activate the glutes. Feel like you're pressing your hips in toward the earth and activate through your core. Draw your shoulder blades back away from the earth, so back onto the back towards each other. And then continue to feel like you're drawing down the back to feel length through the neck. Pressing through the hands, inhaling, coming up. Crown of the head begins to lift a touch. The gaze lifts a touch. Elbows stay close to the body. Exhale, coming back down. Preparing for 2 more back bends. You can continue with baby cobra. If you want to challenge, you can lift and hover the hands as you come up for your second one, and we'll give another option for the third. So let the body be relaxed at first. Press tops of feet, engage the legs, engage the glutes. Press hips into the earth. Get strong through your core. Roll the shoulders back. Feel like you're starting to roll a P away from your nose on the earth, lifting the head, lifting the gaze, lifting the torso, nice and strong. Feel like the inner line of the legs are drawing towards each other. Slowly lower all the way down, and we'll take one more. This time I'll grow to full cobra, extending the arms. Press through feet, activate the legs, the glutes, press hips, activate the core, draw shoulders back. Inhale, coming up. I'll extend all the way through the arms, full cobra. Keeping the shoulder blades on the back, slowly lower all the way down. When you arrive, return your arms to crocodile. Let your body settle and rest. Gently toss your hips from side to side. Hips become still. Separate your legs a little bit on the earth. Then bend the knees and slowly let the legs drop from side through center to side. Always take what feels good in your body. If this feels at all uncomfortable in your low back, let the movement go. You can just return the legs to the earth, reset them to hip bone distance, and just take that gentle side to side movement. Become still. Bring hands back to midrib. We'll press back up to table with an open heart. So the shoulder blades roll back, pressing through arms using core strength, coming back through table slowly. Then continue pressing all the way back very slowly into child's pose. Feel like the tailbone is slowly leading the whole body back to lengthen through the spine and release the lumbar spine especially. When you arrive at your lowest point, I need to just draw my arms back a little so I can keep pressing and lengthening my tailbone. Then drop the forearms to the earth gently. And then the forehead comes down, the arms rest long behind you. Hands return to table, slowly draw back up. We'll come to an easy seat on the mat. And I'll have you grab your blanket. And we'll take a little bit of a hip opener before we finish our practice. So if you've got your blanket, just so you see, this is the size of it. This is just your standard Southwest yoga type blanket. So you'll fold your blanket in half, then in half again, and then we're gonna roll the blanket like a tube and have it handy there. And we're gonna move into bound angle pose to open up through the hips. So for bound angle, the bottoms of the feet come together. Depending upon your comfort level of where you want the legs to be, you can take a diamond shape pose, which is called Tarasana, or you can have the feet closer to the body, which is called Baddha Konasana. Either way, what we want to do is bring the feet together, and you'll feel yourself kind of rounded forward when you first get here. We want to straighten the spine out and have it aligned, so I'll show it to you this way and the other way. But we want to open the heart, so because, again, my arms are a little short, I can't hold my feet down here. I actually have to come up my legs a little bit to open my heart and straighten my spine. So from the side, it looks like this. If I start here, I'm straightening, I'm lengthening through my spine. Now the reason, I'll come back to the front, the reason we've got the blanket here is we start off like this, and then we're going to release. If you've got the blanket, you can bring it to the front of the feet, on top of the feet, and then curve a little bit of the edges underneath. So you've got some support on the legs there. So we'll start here with a nice tall spine. And then you can slowly release and allow yourself to start to round forward. It doesn't matter how far forward you come. If this is as far as you come, that's perfectly fine. You continue if you like, can continue to round a little bit more forward, letting the back flex, letting the head come forward, relaxing and releasing, and just breathing in this pose. Again, doesn't matter how far down you are. As you breathe, imagine the breath filling the space of those hips, allowing them to open, allowing the space and the lines of the inner lines of the legs to open. Let your breath be smooth and steady and relaxed. Two more breaths in bound angle pose. Bring your hands to the earth slowly, slowly begin to press up. You can support yourself behind your body with one hand as you release that blanket. Come to an easy seat, maybe crossing your feet in the opposite direction that you usually do. Bringing hands to knees or thighs, closing the eyes. Taking a few relaxing breaths, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Bringing hands to prayer at heart center, gently bowing in. Thank you so much for joining me. The next time we're together, we will be practicing standing. May we all have a peaceful and joyful day. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. See you next time. Bye. Have a good day.